Hey, hey, hey. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, Crazy Cat Mama. Hey, Dana. Hey, Susan. How are you guys doing today? Let me get into these comments. I didn't expect to come in and see so many people. Let's see what y'all saying. How's everybody doing though? Let's see. You know what? Let me try. Like I said, I just came in today. I'm like, I haven't been in a few days. Look, a new guilty pleasure. Skittle gummies. Sometimes you gotta find your happy place, right? So I had to find mine. I had to make sure that when I'm in here, if I start getting like, you know, thinking too much, and I'm not talking about productive thinking, like just thinking too much and it's going the wrong way. I'm like, I'd rather have a snack and watch a movie. So I had to have a bunch of my little uh, snacks I wanted in the room with me. And then I got some new snacks that have nothing to do with anything I really wanted. But yeah, hey Dreamsicle, hey AAA, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, 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 Nana. Yeah. So much going on. I'm like, how can I wrap this into like thinking about life? Mm. Hey, Maria. Yeah, like I said, I don't care what you see, or I can't say what you see. Where you see me, what you're gonna get is who I am. So that's me everywhere I am. You know what I mean? I'm not. I try my best, even if I think, you know what? Because I'm human. So I may say to myself, Danny, if you watch this and they speak wrong, it's gonna make you go wrong. You know what I mean? And so maybe you should wait. And sometimes I wait, you know what I mean? I'm like, I might have to get back to this. I might have to watch it. Sometimes I might watch it a week later, you know, because I might not be able to take it in right now. Hey, Colleen with the K, that's what a lot I seen. Hey, Tina. And sometimes you can't take it in, but I know it's hard to be on any side of this. To be on any side of this is hard. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. What I try to do is one, know that we all getting to know each other. So it's whether it's from creator to subscriber, subscriber to subscriber, uh, whatever. We just getting to know each other. We get to know each other, and sometimes when you get done, you may be like, oh, well, that's just not the way I want to move, or that's who I don't want to be around. That's understandable. I mean, through that get understanding. That's how I truly see everything. So in these last couple of years, I've watched and I've heard and I've heard and I've heard, but I just give my own opinion. That's really what I do. I give my own opinion. I do what I want to do. And that's what I want all of us to be doing. Do what you want to do. Go where you want to go. Celebrate what you want to celebrate. You know what I mean? But just make sure at the end of it, you giving you what you need. You know what I mean? It's like I tell somebody, I'm not laying down with nobody in the bedroom to not get off. You know what I mean? Not just to say we had sex. Did you have orgasm? Almost. I came real close. No. So if it pleases you, whatever it is, if it was that sip of drama you wanted, hey selfie, hey sis. If it was that sip of drama you wanted, if it was that motivation, if it was some cooking you wanted, if it was to watch on the shows that you watch, that's fine. That's fine. Do it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. This is the only decision you really get to make. You know what I mean? Everything else we swear we're making it because we want to, but really we're making it because we have to sometimes because it's what goes or what we need. So you really don't want to, but hey, it's a better insurance. It's gonna cover us better. But I'd rather go over here But this choice, you truly get to come on here, click on when you want to, click off when you want to, watch exactly what you want to watch. You really get to do that. Comment if you choose to. Look at all these freedoms you got. Like, don't let nobody take that. I mean, here's the thing, nobody can take that, and everybody's not gonna like everybody. I just said it a few minutes ago. Like, I just know how to move. I got buddies don't like each other. I don't sit around and talk about them to each other, good or bad. I just don't sit around with my buddy like, oh, Eric, and I know they can't stand here. I also don't try to break the stuff down. I can't. Now, if you're involved, you might be able to break it down. And we can all give our perspectives. There's nothing wrong with that. But the only people that's gonna fix a problem that's a problem are the people involved with the problem. That's who's gonna fix it or gotta wanna fix it. Because if they don't wanna fix it, it's never gonna get fixed either. I think they give me my garbage cans back. Hey baby doll. Hey Susan. In case I missed you. But yeah. But other than that, guys, it's been a week. So I have officially been here for 9 days. Because I got back last Thursday and today is Sunday. So I've been here 10 days. So I've been here 10 days. And like I said, we've been looking at, thank you. Thank you. Um, we've been looking at some places. And like I said, I figured if I get into a lease, it's a year. A year goes by real fast. And it also gives you time to do things. But then there's a part of you that's like, oh my goodness, I really don't want to rent from anyone. But at the same time, I'm like, well, financially, unless we found something, it's a lot of things to it. But anyway, we had found this one property, and we were thinking about, well, we were looking into it, but I don't know. Just talking to my mom before I went on this live, and I don't know if that one's gonna really be a good option. But anyway, I so I got the room for another week, but then they changed my room. Ugh. And anyone who deals like OCD or just anxiety, then you'll understand how a sudden change. Now, I went and talked to the man the day before. I said, okay, did the payment come through for the room? He said, yeah. Um, I said, okay, I want to make sure I keep the same room. He said, okay, fine. Then he comes yesterday at 2 and it's like, oh, you got room. We moved you down to 136. I said, 136. He's like, yeah. I was like, and why is that? Now I got this big old candle, everything else. I'm thinking, why did they move my room? I just got adjusted and comfortable in a new space that's not mine. And now removed me. So my anxiety was all over the place. So, but here's the thing. When I come on anyone's panel, if I come up on anyone's panel, I'm visiting in their home, you know. But when I'm inviting company into my home, I really want to make sure that my mind is completely clear. See, because when I come on, just like when you go to work, if I come on someone's channel, I can push things straight to the back. When I invite you all into my home, well, this is our home. We all in here together. But when we all come home together, it's our safe haven. So I want to be clear on like what I really want to talk about or what I am talking about. Because sometimes my conversations may go a bunch of different places, but I want to be clear about what I'm talking about. Like, what is the point I want to get out of what I'm saying? I want it to have a point to it. So the last couple of days, my brain has been kind of, you know, but I'm thankful because I'm not depressed at all. Not depressed at all. And I know it's so easy when you're stressed and you don't have answers and you aren't in control completely. Um, it's real easy to slip into different types of depressions. And so I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful that I'm not. I'm thankful that honestly, like I said, I am in a place with Nino that he could be in. I only have him in the kennel right now because I had my garbage can from my bathroom and the one I was using in the room. I had it outside my door as housekeeping was going through because that's all I really needed them to do. But yeah, so I'm like, let me leave it open in case they walk in when they when they come, and I don't want him, so that's why I have him in the kennel. But so many things, so many things. I even think about sometimes how, well, right now, how I can't help but sit and think about just the last 30 years. And I mean, when I say it, that sounds like a long time, like the last 30 years. But if I'm honest with you, that shit seemed like it went by like this. Like every snap was 10 years. You know what I mean? Like it just went by so fast. But I was just thinking about the last 30 years, and I was thinking about before having children, and then having children, and then thinking about this time. Like literally sitting around when my kids were like 5, 4, and 3, literally thinking about like I can't wait till the day they're like 25, 24, 22. You know what I mean? I can't wait to get to that point because this is what I'm going to be doing, and then I'm going to do this in life, and then I'm just going to travel, and then I'm here. I'm in that point. I'm like, wait a minute, wait, wait. And I know everybody, we sit around here and some people like what's going on in their life is just so perfect that they got so much time to take care of the BS. You know, they looked at they watch, they got time today. You know what I mean? They just got all this time for the BS, but really you don't. Really you don't. Because trust me, if you had all your shit in order, the last thing you'd be looking for is BS. Now, I mean, come on. Who not gonna be there for people calling out what needs to be? Yeah, it does, but sometimes we calling out things that really just, I don't know, it don't show one person bad. It doesn't. It doesn't. And I mean, who are we to call it out? I mean, if I go over your stuff that you post or whatever like that, and I'm giving commentary on it, hey, you have a right to do that. Nobody, you have a right to even just talk about it. I'm not even saying that part about it. I'm just saying the part that's messed, like that part. Like, please. I got too many other things, too many fish to fry. So whether it was like right now, so now I'm trying to find properties, like to buy a property, to be in something, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you keep spending this money every 5 days. I'm spending like $500. So it really adds up. You know what I mean? It adds up on money. So sometimes even when money is spent, so it doesn't matter if you're doing it, as if you're blessed enough to have somebody doing it for you, when money's spent, but there's nothing to grab afterwards, like, I'm not getting anything off of it. Sometimes then it makes you feel even more depressed. So that's why I'm like, I'm fighting a bunch of things that if I get into some deep into some drama YouTube, that's gonna be the straw that broke the camel's back. That's it. That's it. Who wants that? Who wants that? Who wants to have fought all these battles in life and made it, was strong when you were the weakest you ever thought you'd be, and then let this stuff break me. Oh, please, please. That make me a sucker. Let me be one. Let me be one. Just like it killed me. Hey, if I'm on a panel, even if I'm a creator, every time I let somebody up on the panel, I take the chance of them saying some crazy off the wall, some shit that has nothing to do with what I'd say, how I feel. Yeah, that's a risk you take every time. That's what I tell people. The difference between me and most is I know how to watch something and just think, oh, this is a piece of the puzzle. That's it. That's it, the puzzle, y'all. One person ain't gonna have all the answers to the puzzle. Don't believe that. They not the key to the whole story. And actually, they might be a part of the puzzle too. And that's on here and in real life. You know what I mean? Well, in your touchable life, because this is real life. What's going on here is real life. And like I said, y'all, I got two accounts. One I haven't been on in a couple of years, and then the one I'm on now, and I'm always on. And they all both are my name. They both are my name. And I do understand that there's people that change their name because it's something that goes on. Like Cancel John Yates just told me the other day that until he's canceled, she's not changing her name. Like, you never know. So everybody have different reasons why they have their names up. And then some people, like you said, as much as stuff going on here, I wouldn't want my real name up here either. But I say fuck it. Because if you went to my Facebook, anything, it's my real name. It's really who I am. But yeah, like I said, some of the stuff, I'm telling you, I'm going to give y'all some tips on how to stay out of YouTube bullshit. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram bullshit. Stay out of any group that's bashing something. Because if that group just want to bash, and it's the thing, truthfully, if that group just want to bash, most of these people got pages. And if they don't have pages, they could set up a page and then do it out in the front. Call out that sorry son SOB that you talking about right in the front line. You know what I mean? Do it that way. Don't do any of that. Hey, y'all, truly, if you got to screenshot people's things, don't be talking to them. As soon as you know I got to screenshot or record your conversation, stop talking to them. Unless you're using them for information. Because it's both sides of the stick on everything. So if you're using them for information, I guess keep doing that. But if you're not, stop hanging with people that do something and then be surprised when they do it to you. If they do it and you think it's cool, when they doing it to your enemies or to the people you don't like or whatever, just know one day they're going to do it to you. What's another rule? Know when to listen and know when to speak. Meaning we can all say whatever we want. But some of these situations, it's pointless to say anything. Just listen. Just listen. Because no matter what you say, people are in fight mode. So they swinging. They swinging. They don't even hear you. And then some gonna come back and have to read it again. And say, oh my God. Oh la la, that's all you say. Oh, I didn't mean to chew you out. I didn't mean to chew you out. And you might have been trying to say something nice. Oh, we love you too, Lala. That's the hard part. Like, subs don't want to have a real picture, their name on their thing. Creators don't want to show their face. You know, you don't even got to show your face. You can have an avatar. They can make fun of the avatar. You know what I mean? We make fun of everything, and then we all go grab. We all go jump for the protest, and but we only mean for one person. No, it either mean all or nothing. It's all or nothing. You can't jump on one side of the fence just for that person, but everybody else, I guess they get a pass for it. No, it's got to be all or nothing. That's how I try to do everything, all or nothing. There's a lot of pain out here. A lot of people been hurt. A lot of people, and here's the thing. Here's the part we're not addressing. It's people out here who were hurt because they was, bagging up, supporting, getting information, making these fake accounts, going in and starting stuff. They were doing this for people. They were doing this for people. And some of them, we don't see them get called out. Sometimes you hear people get called out and be like, who? Who is that? I don't even know. And then people be like, this they name. Pook, Juke, Jane, Sarah, Bob. You be like, wait, they had this many accounts and you knew it? So if you knew they had this many accounts, then I have to know that you knew what they were doing with them. And if I know you know what they were doing with them, but you know they were wrong, but you held it, but now you're telling it, then I got to believe you do the same thing they do. And if you don't, you must have been using them to do it. And if you didn't, then you must have been what? I don't know. But it's like, how do I do that? Let me tell you something. Where I'm from, this is snitching. Me and you go commit a crime together, right? Then I tell on you to get me out of trouble. I tell on you only to lessen me, but we was in it together. That's snitching. There's a lot of snitching around here. You know how I know? Because people knew it before. You know what I mean? Like, if I found out something yesterday and I tell you today, I told you instantly. If I found out something if I found out something last Saturday and I tell you this Sunday, that still could be called soon. But if I found out something this morning, because I'm gonna make it real close. If I found out something this morning and I didn't have any thoughts of telling you, but then something happened that either you made me mad or somebody you close to made me mad, and I only told you that information because of that, then I didn't give a fuck about you either way. And now I'm worse than the person who did it to you because I'm double hurting you. I was hurting you when I knew the information and didn't tell you, and I'm hurting you even more that I'm only telling you to hurt the person who hurt me. That's the only reason I'm telling you. I could care less. Because if I cared, I couldn't hold it. I would have had to say something to you. I'd have had to tell you something. I don't do that. Come on. I can't stand when you tell somebody something. You tell you, oh man, I did kind of know that. I saw your boyfriend doing this, and they tell you like, I've been to that dude you was with was cheating. Then what you gonna tell me when I told you about your man? That's how I think about things, and I see a lot of that. That's a pattern on here. That's a pattern on here, or it's a pattern that people are together and they doing shady stuff, and when they fall apart, they want to tell about the one part of the shadiness. But how do you have all this information unless you was a part of it? Because if it was public information, we'd all know it. But they know all this stuff. Oh, they was looking up people and would say, damn, you was hanging with them? And you knew this? Hmm. Hmm. They say a lot about you too. I told y'all the game wasn't meant to be told. It was meant to be sold. And I'm sitting there telling it to you. I'm telling it to you. I can see all through the shenanigans. I mean, everywhere. I'm not talking about just one place. Everywhere. Let's see what y'all say. Yeah, I don't know what happened overnight. I woke up this morning and Terry Lynn said she wanted to have church. I came on, and then Happy I came up, and she wanted to talk, and my signal kept going in and out because I was moving around and I was on my phone. So then I let her finish because that was her telling her story. That wasn't she wasn't coming on like for us to have a discussion. She was telling her part, so her story. So I let that be. Then I just came back at the end because I was actually gonna go on my computer again, but then I was like, oh shoot. I want to make sure my computer is right when it's time to start my live. And I still kept having a bad reception with my phone. But I know it's because I was in here. I probably need to put my phone on hotel's Wi-Fi, but I normally keep my phone on mine. What I see a lot of on here is like a lot of people who seem like they just weren't heard or whatever, and it just feels good to be the attention. Like all attention ain't good attention. And it's just I see a lot of that. I see a lot. I mean, I see that with content creators, subscribers. Like I'm in the in crowd, like high school. I hang with the cool kids. And most people doesn't have the beefs, half the stuff that they dissing, they were once a part of. They once did. And that's any going to any of them. Going to any sector, when you start going to take beef, just start looking into it, start watching it. And you'll see the same things. You'll see where people got together, then they separated, then some went back this way, then some got back this way, where friendships were torn apart, where there was so many people keeping secrets. And it was just like, you ever walked in the room and knew everybody was talking about you? Whether it was true, whether it was false, you just walked in the room and knew, like, everybody in this motherfucker talking about me. It seems like that's what a lot goes on around here. I'm talking about you over here. I'm talking about you in Reddit. I'm talking about you in the chat. We talking about you in a private chat. We talking about you on IG. We talking about you on Twitter. But this is kind of obsessive how much certain people are just the topic of your life. Like, even if you're giving it coverage, even with the news, you be like, half the stuff going on, we don't even know what's going on, good or bad, in my city, because you only want to draw on one thing. Maury Povich, at one point, he just became nothing but paternity test. And I kind of got tired of it. You kind of got tired of watching a bunch of kids, uh, basically be fatherless. Because if we ain't found the father, that's what we leaving them. So I mean, and that's what we was entertained off of. We were entertained off of women running and falling out on the couch. I was. We were entertained by people saying, "I'm 1,000% sure." We were entertained by Maury being like, "You are no 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 not." I was entertained. I'm not gonna lie. But then one day I was watching and like, this is sad. It's a whole woman on here done been on here 12 times, and this child has no father. And I have to grow up and be known as the kid whose mama came on the show, had 12 tests, and we still don't have a clue. And it's like, you can only get pregnant like what, 9 days out the month? I mean, she don't have a clue. So I mean, drama, yeah, drama sells. And people love drama till they are the drama. People love gossip till they are the gossip. People love, you know what I mean, get the downfall till it's them. You know what I mean? But what you might call my downfall might be my rise to the top. You know what I mean? Let's see what y'all saying. Yeah. Yeah, you do. And like I said, you just have to go back to the things that made you happy on here. So whatever those were, because during the pandemic, for some reason, speaking of myself, because I don't want to even put this on everybody. But I noticed that something I did over the pandemic was you left from the news and even the reality shows, because all the reality shows were covering still the virus, or how it was affected by the virus, or how they had to stop filming because of the virus. And it was just like, I don't want to talk about that at all. Like, somebody censor that. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the casualties. I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it. So we came here and we started watching more and more on YouTube. And as we watched more and more, for some odd reason, I started filtering back into nothing but drama. It was like it was nothing but drama, but you were glued to it. You were invested in it. You almost had, I had a list of, I had a list kind of like how they had the 52 cards when they were going after Bin Laden in them, and they had the 52 card deck, and they had people on here of who was who and who was who. I had it set up like that in my head, like, uh-huh. And I used to record it. Now, some of those I'm not going to let go because they're classics. I would record the video and then watch it again and break down to record just the important part. You know what I mean? And I would do this because I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a puzzle. But I didn't do it so I could call up a content creator and say, hey, by the way, did you check this out? No, I wanted to get understanding myself. Hey, Heidi, hey, sis. I wanted to get understanding for myself. But I watched creators come out and tell us the sky is orange. Then come back and say, who the hell would say the sky is orange? I would never say the sky is orange. Did you say the sky is orange? Matter of fact, it was my old right hand man. Now they my back, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm kicking them dead in their back. That's who they are to me. But I watched all that go on. I watched people who I never thought would be cool be cool. I watched people talk about, I watch creators you like so much be so invested in the drama that you're like, oh my God, I gotta shake away from them for the drama. It's just too much. I watch where some of your creators that I watch, they would talk about people so much that I would go to their page, like, let me see what's to these people for myself. And some of them I learned to like. That's how I started following them. So I made a different thing, but I had to pull myself out of it. When I opened that refrigerator, I had to ask myself, is anybody over there making sure I eat? Do they wonder if I'm cold at night? Because sometimes we so caught up in the bullshit, you sitting right next to somebody you can help. I mean, in many a different ways, but because there's so much non-trust on here, people don't even know what to say. Man, I want to tell everybody to pray for me, but I don't want somebody to use what I'm asking you to pray for me against me. You know what I mean? I want to tell my story, but I don't want nobody to think I'm sad fishing. I want to do just come on. This stuff ain't helping none of us. It's not helping none of us. And the worst part is, I don't care even if you go on to chats and watch all these people being here. Everybody crying for peace. A piece of the pie or a piece? Which piece is it you want? That's it. Like what do you want? See, that's why I tell people. People know who they can pull it with. When I go in my inbox and I get messages from y'all, they beautiful messages. They nice messages. They're encouraging messages. They're sweet messages. And sometimes it could be just a message of telling your side of the story, but there's never a diss to somebody else or nothing. It's none of that. It's none of that. So sometimes it's not the place you go to, it's what you bring to the place. That's what you can be. I'm not here to change anybody. Change your what? We changing diapers? Because what am I changing? What am I? I'm still changing. I'm going to change somebody, I'm still changing. But what I can be is a voice of reason. What I can do is take myself out and look in. You know, the hardest place to look in is yourself. That's why sometimes when I'm asking people a question, when they're going off about what other people do, I always have to ask them what part did they play. Because sometimes, even with myself, I don't went off about people and didn't ask myself what part I play. You know what I mean? I could be going off like, man, they set up in my crib for months, didn't offer a dime. I never asked them for a dime. And matter of fact, not only did I not ask them for a dime, there were times they said, hey, I'm going to give you a couple of dollars because it's all I had. And I said, don't you give me nothing. Don't you worry about a thing. So, see, I had to really start on myself. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you just heard. So that's why I said I used to have buddies that boost. You think I could be sitting around worrying about, oh, well, I knew they boost, but I ain't know that. Come on. If you hanging with somebody and your buddy call you up, like I said, man, I got these people information. I done found out Heidi real number and this where she work at and this. If they come and tell you that, you kikiing and cacaing with them about it, don't come to me later telling me you surprised they get down like that. You know they get down like that. You know it. You know it. If you call somebody to get somebody else's information, you can't never be mad somebody did it to you. You put it in the energy, you put it in the world for yourself. Just like in the world, you live by the gun, you die by it. And that don't mean that you may physically die. You may lose family members, may lose your child to it for what you put out from it. It's just what it is. Hey, man. Hey, Terry Lynn. That's just how That's how I look at things. So that way I don't have to look at people bad because I'm just looking at like real life. We all done did it. We all done you know, I know I done made mistakes. I know I done been the one to do wrong, got been done wrong. Well, I'm not here judging nobody. And like I said, I'm not gonna say nothing no different. But if I come up here and I'm telling y'all I don't mess with bluey blue, like before, I was telling y'all over and over again, I got nothing with John. Yeah. I feel like people put him on a pedestal. You know what I mean? That stuck there. When it all went down, I already had a list of things that had been done. But when I was drawing onto saying I didn't like how he was numbered here, or I didn't like when this was happening to him, I stuck and I had to separate those. Just to say that regardless of what he's done, I didn't like those things being done to him. And I still believe in that. I still stand by that. But when I came to a place where I was like, I can't even put this in my spirit no more, is when it became too nasty. It became too nasty for me to digest. So like I said, does that mean that everybody else I watch on YouTube is a saint? Hell no. What it means is when you go too far, when you know it's just like, oh, this could go anywhere. You got to know if you can take it. And some can. I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't take it. I just don't want to, because when life dark, you keep being in those kind of places, it's gonna set you off one day. And that's anywhere. If I keep going to somebody's crib and it's always arguing and fighting, don't be surprised if one day I'm up in that fisticuffs. You know what I mean? We going. It's just if I keep putting myself in any environment like that, that's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? But I'm just going off on somebody verbally or physically. But yeah, no, I don't. I don't have nothing but, like I said, so you just and that's what everybody should know. When you make these decisions, they're yours. The reason that people feel they have to sit and hide who they be around or not talk about it is because usually when you go in any of these places, you can't say the person's name. We only got disgusting names to refer to them as. You was on their chat. Did you get that screenshot of their message? Of course, people come in with their guns ablazing, because now we like gangs. You know what I'm saying? We like gangs. The Bloods versus the Crips, the GDs versus the BDs. Like, we gangs now. That's gang mentality. Gang mentality is we sitting over here talking about what y'all did. We doing the same thing. We doing the same thing. Get your own gang together. That's how you form the treaty. But the subs don't know what to do because it's like a roller coaster. We cool, we not. We cool, we not. Hold on, my bestie is now my arch enemy. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. So you better have some good snacks. You better get you some Skittle gummies. Get you some good snacks for this movie, because this is a lot going on. It's a lot. And like I said, the last 2 years have been a lot. And I'm like, it's a lot from what I've seen. And then you hear about all this stuff going on in the background. 87 laws been broke. Y'all done put trust on an arrow and shot it to the moon. Oh man. Oh man. I might have to listen to some John Lennon tonight. I know that's right. I can. I can. I used to watch the little comedy. I mean, the show Yo Mama, and they doing all the Yo Mama jokes. I mean, I used to say I can't do it, but I could watch it. I know how to not get involved. That's right. Treat people the way you want to be treated, not the way you are treated, not the way what I mean. The way you want to be treated. That's it. How I look coming to tell y'all, hey y'all, I'm telling y'all, look the other way, move out, don't do this, don't do that. As soon as then I'm on a video with y'all, and as soon as I walk into a store and somebody say the wrong thing, I'm pushing them all up against the wall, beating up. And that's what some people around here do. I'm not with doxing. Weren't you attached to doxing? And if they weren't doing the doxing themselves, they know about all the people that was doxing. Say, how do you have all? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all want to know when I knew what was going on the streets? When I was in the streets. When you ran with the streets, you hung. I knew what was going on in the street. Some of these people want you to believe they know what's going on the dark side, but they not on it. Y'all better pay attention to these patterns. People telling you who they are. And see, the reason I don't have nothing against them is because some of these people done told you who they was. I'm not in shock. Because I know some of them, when it comes to the surface of who they are, they're going to change for the better. Because they was just doing that as a defense mechanism. And then some are going to disappear and come back with somebody different. That happens like every 3 months on YouTube. Somebody does something so bad or so terrible, they disappear, and we all be saying how they gone, they ain't came back. They are still here. They are here. But they know how to get in quicker because they were on the inside. So they know how to do. That's why I said it should be a catfish. It should be a catfish YouTube edition. So they could so memes and them come in and start weeding out all the people that's actually 12, 13 different people. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'm sure some of the people fighting each other might be the same people. They fighting with themselves. It's the same person. I believe that. I'm not surprised to hear that. I'm not. Just like as soon as you start talking about somebody, here come all these fake names that's completely only defending them. You be like, damn. But if you got people that loyal that defend you that hard, then why are y'all ever mad? Y'all got people running around here caping for you, but you mad? You should be happy. These people got family and they're not caping for them that hard. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But I'm telling you, if you want to make it out the drama out here, just take some of them steps I told you. It'll keep you out of it. It really will. And you know the messy people. Because they wear it like a scarlet letter. They do to me. I can spot them a mile away. They either always in the mess or they always know the mess. So they always was either there or they always can tell you stuff nobody else knew. You'd be like, well, it was on TV and I ain't see all that. And they'll be like, oh, trust me, that happened. Them some of the messy people. Trust me. They messy. I'm telling you, and these I'm gonna take you out in a few minutes. I know you just want to come out of there, but they still have the door open, so I'm counting that they might come back. So you gotta wait, and then I'm gonna take you out as soon as I'm finished. But yeah, I got a bad habit. I told you, I have to have comfort foods. So since I don't have a whole kitchenette in here, I just have a refrigerator. Then I have this like little cabinet space. So of course I have my things like and some Apple Jacks. I got my little peanut butter cups to always go with um peanut butter cups to go with my pretzels, noodle cups. Because even if you only can use a microwave, you always want So that's why I said I'm always going to eat food, people. Like if they go to their house, but the fast food will drive you $1 million out the bank. What else do I have? I got my pretzel. I got that popcorn I was eating earlier. But mostly snacks. I got waters, um, simply pink lemonade, raspberry lemonade, stuff like that. Some milk. And I actually got a couple of TV dinners in there and some hot pockets. All comfort foods. Hot pockets and stuff remind me of when I was young. You always was so ready to go out. You didn't eat. You come back to the crib like, I gotta eat something quick, and a hot pocket would save my life. Then I got these little tombstone. The pizza. Instead of pizza, they look like a hot pocket. They call tombstone little pizza pockets, I guess. Let's call them pizza pockets. Pockets cousin. But yeah, but I want to make sure, like, no matter what time it was, so if it rained or it was late at night and I wanted something to eat, I had my comfort foods. If I was feeling blah, I could eat some of my comfort foods and watch a movie. I'm an emotional eater. So sometimes I cannot eat because of my emotions. And sometimes I go, oh, sorry, y'all. But yeah, so I'm an emotional eater. So crazy cat mom, I'm telling you, they just in some of the stuff I find myself not eating, but they're comfort foods, so I just buy them because I'm in a time of discomfort. So it's just a habit. It's like a part of it too. I'd rather have anything I'm thinking I might think about than not, because then I swear that's all I think about. So like yesterday, I bought um the popcorn, the cheese and caramel popcorn. But I plan to go to Garrett's. I just haven't went yet, and I'm craving some cheese and caramel. So the next best one next to Garrett's to me is that one. But now I've just been thinking about Nutella. So, so I know until I buy some Nutella, I'm not gonna stop thinking about it. Just, mm. But yeah, it goes from salty to sweet. It really does. It's no joke. Salty to sweet. But let me show you one of the things that I'm obsessed with buying every day. Every day. So they got these alkaline waters at Dollar Tree. That's a big water too. So I'm obsessed with getting one of them today. I really am. Nee, I'm about to take you. I'll take you there. Nino so wants to come out of the thing. Let me make sure. If I close this door, he can probably come out. I think they're done. Let me double check to make sure. Nee, I gotta make sure they're finished. Okay. We'll go on in a few minutes. Say hi to everybody. Hey, get away. He got a photo bomb. He has to come say hello. He has to come say hello. But yeah, I didn't want them to walk in the room, and of course they didn't walk in the room, but I didn't want them to walk in the room and take him off the balance and take him off. Come in here. Sit. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna take him out for a few minutes. Let him get some air. It's not that bad out there today. It's about it might be about 60. If it's even that, but it's not cold. It's not super cold. It's not bad. So I'm like, I gotta put his muzzle on. Oh, he want a treat. He went right over to the treats. He went right over to the treats and said, "Wait a minute. I just sat there really nice. You were a good boy. You better sit. You have to sit. No, you know we don't do that. Thank you. You know we don't do that. They always want to act out when you're on the phone. They always want to act out. You know what? Here's the thing. I thought the same thing. Crazy cat mama. Water is water to me. That's why I wait. If you pay attention earlier, I was just drinking regular bottled water. But I go get one of these now. You know how people always say, "Oh, that water tastes so clean. It tastes so fresh." I'm like, not really. I used to think that like not really. I don't notice any difference in it. But core water, it tastes real kind of fresh to me. But the alkaline water, one, it tastes different. And two, it's been days like my stomach's been a little off. And for some reason, the alkaline water was different when I was drinking. So there's something in the water, but I couldn't tell you exactly. But that's why I drink it. So, and then the fact that you get this big one for $1. I think what I'm doing, I know what I'm going to do. Right before I move, I'm going to go and get me like 20 of these. I'm going to get 20 of them. Because you can get the small, like in a corner store or something, little thing of the alkaline water. And it's like $1. And it's a tiny one. It's not even a big one. Nee, come in. Come in. A mess. A mess. He's not going to stop getting my attention until I take him outside, guys. I already know this. I already know, look, I already know this party. I already know this party. But yeah, like I said, these last couple of days, I've really been listening to YouTube, playing the Switch on the TV instead in my hands. Um, that's really about it. That's real. But I've literally every day been like, I really just want to go live and just talk. But like I said, trying to figure out things and what you want to do. And I was going to originally take this place, but it wasn't somewhere I really wanted to go. And I'm like, I'm just too old for any kind of settling. As long as we are in a place, we're not rushed. If anything, you know, it's the money side of just spending a lot of money staying in here. But as long as I have a place that me and him are good. Oh, how could I forget, guys? I haven't talked to you. So when I had told you all how when I was driving to Chicago, the original place I was going to, hotel, they wouldn't take Nino because he was a pit bull. And I told you all how I wanted to make Nino my emotional support dog, and I just had to wait to get my letter from my doctor. Well, anyway, Bossy Beauty, she reached out to me on Instagram and in the DMs, and we did it. But anyway, long story short, Nino has been registered as a service dog, and I actually got his. Just get it yesterday, Friday or Saturday, and his paperwork will be to my mom's house. I don't know if y'all can see that. He's a that lighting is terrible. But anyway, that's his picture and that's his digital ID. So Nino is now officially my service dog. So that's a perk on going anywhere, and that makes it even better. But so that's a blessing. You know, I can count all the things going wrong. I can count all the things that are wrong because I did something wrong. I can count all the times where I should have budgeted money. I could do all that. But right now, I'm not going to grab the wrongs. I can only look at the rights. I can only look at the blessings, the things that are better, the things that are evolving, the ways that I'm growing. That's it. That's it. That's all I can do. Because giving up isn't an option, losing and failure ain't an option. You know, that's it. So I could care less if it was people in this hotel because they were strung out, they was prostituting, whatever. We in the same place, not on the same story, but at this moment, we got stopped at the same place. That's it. Not saying that it was, but if it was, I really wouldn't care. Isn't that awesome? That really made my day. Like that, oh, that was like a burden, when you're trying to do something. So those days I worry. Like when we were at my son's house, one of the reasons I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to leave here, even though he would love for me to stay until I got a place. But I don't. I wanted him to understand. Like if your lease says no pets, let it be so. And since I didn't have paperwork on Nino, it didn't matter what I was gonna make him. He wasn't that yet, and I didn't want to show my son, this is how you work around the system. I just want sometimes to say, let's do it the right way so that's it. That's it. So that's what I'm trying to do. So it's a bunch of life lessons. It's a bunch of life lessons. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss them so that I can live. You know what I mean? We always think looking over our shoulders, just looking over our shoulders. But it's just always that thing of looking back. That's what I think of when I think of looking over my shoulders. I don't think I'm running from somebody. I'm paranoid somebody's gonna walk up and snuff me. No, I'm looking over my shoulders. I'm always looking back. Back at what I done, back at what I left, back at who left me. Just always looking back. Hey Amber. Crazy cat mama. Let me tell you something. It was times that it was parts of me I wouldn't be because I said, oh well, everybody's not like that, or you know, that's not how most people are. And that's not, but I'm just me. And that's what everybody can be is you. I just have to truly be me. And like I said, I wish it was perfect. I wish it was all that. I'm actually showing people, like, I'm telling y'all, even when I did the documentary, people said, you're going to tell people that this time you're homeless. It's going to be people that make a joke. It's going to be people that put you down. I said, it's going to be people that know they can make it. Because by the time at the end of the film, and I was going into a house that I wasn't renting through the government, that nobody gave me no money down on, you know what I mean? None of that stuff. So that could show them that it worked. I could show them that I fought. I could show them that I made it. But how do people who are going through something or whatever, or coming from another place, how do they know it's a way out if nobody showing them that they made it out? That's it. Everybody always talking about what they've been through. Oh man, I really came from the streets. I really come from the hood. Well, if you did, do you want to stay there and make it out? Because if you want to stay there, that's fine too. Or do you want to make it out? And if you make it out, hey, could you please reach back and give these shorties some hope? And that's it. That's all. I'm not thinking. Like I said, I know some real goony goo goos and all over. And trust me, I don't see them there. Let me make my kid the biggest goony goo goo in the world. No, they said they did it so I walked the walk I walked so my kids didn't have to. Not so they had to. So I've been through the things I've been so that I can make a place where I can tell you these people can't hurt me. They can't. They hurt already. They just looking to hurt you with them, but you can't. And let me tell you something. The most cutting you gonna give to me is just opening a wound that I tried to close. That I healed up a little bit. That I had a tissue. Or something wrapped around it, whatever. But giving people the power to control things that I should be controlling, no, I can't do that no more. I can't. I can't. I can't sit around waiting for it to get better when it's terrible. I can't do that either. But I also can't expect the people that I hurt because I was hurt to understand that I didn't mean to hurt them. I was just hurt because that's what somebody doing to me and I don't understand it. So I can't expect people to understand it when I do it. And I've done it before. I've been so hurt that the people I end up hurting are the people that's not hurting me. And then I try to tell them like, you don't know what be going on with me and who did this and what. Da, da, da. Nino, be nice. See you, Tina. Nee, let them go in their room. They're not thinking about you. You want to go in your kennel? Let them go in their room. Why does that bother you? Be nice, all right? Be nice. They're not coming in your room. See you, Lala. Love you, sis. Have a good one. See you, Tina. Love, sis. Yeah, I have to come back to being on daily. And then my brother has stopped by 2 days in a row. And it's so hard in a small room to go live while he's sitting here. He's probably either watching something on TV. But also, I just wanted to spend a couple of days of revamping my own mind, you know. Because, like I said, when I was staying with my son, there was many things. Um, as a parent, I was thinking about how I held a lot of things in. So when something would happen, it was this big pile of a bunch of things. It wasn't just that. It was like this, because to me, all of those things were the same. And but then to people who have no idea what's going on there, they're kind of lost because they're like, wait, I thought you said, and I noticed my son doing that. You know, I noticed him doing that, and so like I said, even when I speak now, if when you're a kid, your mom and your dad are like the biggest heroes you got. They are the people that you mimic, good or bad. So either they're going to show you what to be the complete opposite of, or they're going to show you what you're going to be exactly like. And I just hope to anybody on here with young kids, you know that you are putting an impression on your kids. So make sure if you in the shits, you are opening the door for them to that. Like I don't know how to make that no clearer. Like, I don't. And sometimes when we see it, it's never too late. Because like I said, even though my son is 25, it's never too late for that to change. But it hurt that in what I thought I was protecting myself with, I passed it on to my child. And I learned that it never protected me in the first place. But it was a way, excuse me, but it was a way that I fought. So it was a way I moved. And mm, and so even when you think like they're not mimicking that or you held that so together, you really didn't. You really didn't. So, like I said, and to anyone whose kids know that you have a page, all they have to know is the name of your page. And you'd be surprised how many young kids watch their parents on here. So they know. You just think they don't know. Or they go say your name to another kid and that kid tells them. So they do know. And you should really be careful of that, you know. Or don't care. You know, it's really on you. It's all of it's on you. Because here's the thing, if your kid is acting out and you on here, you can't blame it on nobody on here because they don't know your kid. But they can just be acting out because that's all they see you do. Because kids are nosy. You know how many parents argued at night or in the basement or in the yard so the kids didn't hear them? And one day the kid is grown or a teenager or a young adult. And they tell those parents, like, remember when you used to think nobody heard you argue? And I did. So if you think your kids don't hear things because they do. They do. Or they're gonna hear you talking to your spouse or your homie about what's going on. They hear you. They hear you. And I feel sorry for any parent whose kid is getting bullied, because if they hear you talking about that and they're being bullied, they'll never tell you. They will never come and tell you. They never will. If somebody was messing with them about something they did sexually, you'll never be the shoulder to come lean on, because they'll hear you talking like this and they'll think you worse than what I thought it was in the world, because now I see it's at home. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Where do I go for safety? So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You know, unless you don't tell your kids you have a page, you only film when they know what we're around. They're gonna know. And kids are smarter than us when it comes to social media. They first of all, half of these kids go to school and they got a computer. And if you think that these kids can't get past stuff on their computers, they can. They're just smart enough to know what not to do. But when it comes to parental advisory, some of them get through it, some of them don't. But even if they don't, they go to the library and do it. They come home to their home computer. They can go get on their cell phone that you got them. They can get on their buddy's cell phone. You take a phone from a kid, and they could have one of their friends give them an old phone. You'd be surprised. They'll go get the phone that only work in the Wi-Fi, and then they'll go get them a next cell number or whatever it's called. Yeah. Oh, guys. Like I said, I definitely have to start coming back more regular on here. Keep working these hours up. I'm almost at 2,000 hours. I think I'm at like 1,500. Yeah, I think I'm at like 1,500 hours. So I really have to get my keep getting my hours. I get my numbers. I really, like I said, I'm most importantly, I'm like, I want to get on those hours first. So that's it. I'm doing a 4,000 hour live, 4,000 hours straight. No filters, no bathroom breaks, no food, no water. Please. I'm lying. Because I'll be 10 minutes into it, y'all, and I'm like, somebody give me a snack. Somebody go do this. You never heard me fight or argue? Oh, okay. Oh, because she never heard you fight or argue. Yeah. But it's so many people who think that kids don't know stuff, but they know it. They know it. They know it. I've worked with kids, and you'd be surprised sometimes when kids tell you. You'd be surprised sometimes when you see why the kids acting out and the parent doesn't even see it. Because as far as they're concerned, they're doing all these things, but there's things going on that are bothering. So like kids holding and stuff. So especially for kids being made fun of, if a parent makes fun of that, you know what I mean? It's so many things up with kids. So I'm always thinking about that. But with this internet is destroying the youth. And so as adults, any adult with children, anyone under 18 in their home, you have to be very freaking careful. You have to. Because here's the thing. Even if you weren't on the internet doing anything, you were just on there being, I ain't gonna call it normal, just doing your thing, not in no shits. Because you could be in whatever you want to be in. But every action has a reaction. So once you know that, you just got to ask yourself, am I willing to deal with the worst reaction? You know what I mean? And if so, go for what you know. And that's in anything you do in life. If you can deal with the repercussions, go for it. Go for it. Nobody's here to stop you. I don't have to deal with them. You will. But mm, some of the stuff, like I said, that's done on here, these children, it's kids getting bullied over the video games. You know what I'm saying? And they playing online with people. It's just all over is going on. All over is going on. So just like I said, at the end of the night, and also if you have kids, one day they gonna look back at your stuff that's on YouTube. And whether you took it down or not, if it was a hot mess, somebody else gonna have it up. So one day your name will be attached to something that, do you want your kids to be like, hey, that's my mama? And you might want them to be like that. But then if your kid is somewhere bullying a kid at school, don't you say nothing. Because you might just say to him, well, what did he do to you? What did he say first? Who he be hanging with? Yeah, so that's what I think when I see this with the adults. And here's the thing, I never seen so many groups that want you. It's not even about thinking with somebody else. So if I don't agree here, I gotta agree here. What? Look at me. Look, here's something I see on YouTube that in real life, if you've seen it, we'd be talking about these people in real life. In real life, if I walked up and I'm like, crazy cat mama, me and Susan, wait, Susan, that's my girl. And me and Susan girls. And we don't like crazy cat mama. And matter of fact, every day, all me and Susan talk about, to anybody who will listen to each other, wherever we talking about how we can't stand crazy cat mama, and did this, did that, did this, did that. Now me and Susan fall out. Now her and crazy cat mama thick as thieves. And all they sit and do is talk about me. And then Susan sits and tells crazy cat mama all the stuff I was saying about her to her. We was both talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like we was both talking about you. Ooh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't know. That's kind of stuff when you see, I be like, that's kind of weird. And there's no way if somebody did something to me, I'm gonna defend them doing it. So another thing that happens on YouTube, I say, crazy cat mama would never, ever, ever eat somebody's chicken in the refrigerator that they left. Then somebody say, didn't she do it to you? Well, she did do it to me once, but we already discussed that. And she said she was sorry. But you just said she'd never do it. And she did it to you. That's what I'm saying. I see a lot of that on here, and I'm like, wait, what? Wait, wait a minute. This happened between you and them, and you telling me they wouldn't do it? All they had to say to you was sorry? Mm. Well, then why don't we just wait for them to say sorry to these other people and let it be over? The patterns, y'all gotta watch the patterns around here. Y'all gotta watch the patterns. Around here, somebody will sit in your face and be, oh, I like you so much. I like, and then that same person go make up a fake page to say they hate you. You got to know that goes on around here. It just does. I don't know why. It just does. And it's tolerated. Just like when people come out here and say, hey, I'm going to tell you about what such and such did. And then you say, oh, shit, everybody mad because of it. Well, now you just open the door for me to be mad about everybody who did that. If I get mad at you for doing it, I'm going to get mad at you for doing it, and you for doing it, and you for doing it. I'm not just going to get mad at one of y'all. So most of the crimes out here that's committed, they got multiple players who did it. One's not no better than the other. One's not no more guilty than the other. One's not more justified than the other. It is what it is. And YouTube got more people that should be PIs than there are probably PIs in the world. Like it should definitely. I learned that when the Kanika Jenkins case was going on. I ain't never seen more cops, forensic scientists, PIs, lawyers, prosecutors. I said, I ain't never in my life. And they all on YouTube. Then when you find out people doing their real life, like, wait, this ain't got nothing to do with this stuff. But you the professional. She said unless it was KFC. But yeah, and that'd be the thing. If somebody be swearing, she didn't. She didn't. But yeah. Yeah, things that go on. So I'm never surprised that people are afraid to talk. I mean, to give out their number. People are afraid to. But to me, use the rules that you would use in relationships. If you first met a guy, if you met him at the grocery store, and you gave him your telephone number and you were talking to him, would that same day you give him your address and stuff? I wouldn't. And on the first couple of dates, you should probably meet somewhere. You know what I mean? That's what I would do because what if he ends up going that shit crazy? Now he got my address. And if you the type of person that don't trust people with your number, then you should be the type of person that has two phones. So one is a number that you give out, and one is like your business or whatever. But that's what you should do to protect yourself. Or if not, only call them on Instagram and stuff. So then I'm not calling in my number. I don't know, but there's just ways around some of this stuff. And like I said, but more people want to just enjoy themselves. It's about to be summer. Let's have some fun. Let's have some summer fun. Let's have some virtual YouTube barbecues. Nobody does that. But let's have some fun. Let's enjoy. Let's enjoy life. I'm tired of just being alive. I want to live. I want to live. I don't want to live in the pain. I don't want to live in the hurt. I don't want to be all in the confusion. I don't want to dance it with the devil. I don't want none of that no more. I don't want a toxic relationship. I don't want a good lover because we could love to fuss and fuck. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. Yes. Yes. Yes, crazy cat mama. That's why I came on here. It's like, okay, we came on here because these we were like people and like in the same shows, whatever it was, the same creator, whatever it was. We laughed a lot. You joked. You got excited to see it come on. I remember when Jolene and Busy Blue first started doing their, reviewing on John Yates and Sherelle's World and everything going on with that. I remember when that first started, and at the end they would say, "Let's dance," and they would play this music. I would get so excited, and I would just jump up, and me and the dogs would just start going crazy and just dance. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I remember when ATT got ATT. AT2 got his first um, intro, and Red Hot had did it. He did his first intro, and I remember every time I heard that, I knew, oh, AT2 coming on. AT2. I remember being excited. I remember when Perry was getting ready to review Love After Lockup. Oh, I knew I was gonna laugh till I fell out. I already knew it. I just would get excited about things like that. I knew, and so it was these moments like where you were actually like, oh, they having the block party on a Friday. Oh, it's gonna be fun, and we get jam out. Just, I remember being excited like that too. And then things just started, and then you watch where you just like, okay, I'm gonna go over here because the drama not there, and the drama would just spread, and it's just spreading, and it's everywhere. You're like, how did these people get over here? How come this shit is all the way over here? Yeah, I remember too. I remember too. But like I said, sometimes you go in the chat, and that's the gun range. Shit. You want to know where the ammo at? Go in the chat. Wait, when was what? Well, I have been watching YouTubers and people who do reviews on the Housewives or Love After Lockup, R&B Divas, all those shows. I've been watching that on YouTube for probably a good 8, 9 years. That's a fact. So I started watching. Oh, I started watching Ashley Miller, I think in 2015. So some people I've watched them go from hundreds to thousands. Thousands. I think Ashley Miller has like 89,000. Roxy, I remember Roxy had like 100,000, lost her chat page like the year before her son went to college. Like I remember that. I remember how hard it was for her for him to leave. Like I just like I said, I've been watching people a long time. I remember when Tasha K didn't have shit. She didn't have 5,000 subscribers, but she was moving fast because like she was moving fast. So I've been watching for years, but I started watching Sherelle. That's where all of it would really begin for me. Is I started watching Sherelle and during the pandemic, and that she would be like the thing that leads to all of the all of the different people. So when I say it, it's because one led to the next that led you to, you know what I mean? And sometimes it was somebody got into it, so then it got down to so like I said, it all started there for me. And then I just watched all this stuff unraveling. Like I said, I've watched people come in, come out like double dutch, jump in, jump out. I know that was a is that Chinese jump rope, jump in, jump out, jump side to side, jump in, jump out, jump on. I think that is. But yeah, no, so I've watched for a long time, but when I first came over in this sector, like I said, it was to watch reviews on the shows and be in chats that had lots of people in it that were actually just like you, loving a show, talking about the characters, talking about seasons before, seasons past. That was what I love. Just like Wet Sock. When I first started watching Wet Sock, he wasn't reviewing 90 Day and stuff like that. Mm-mm. He wasn't. And then when that Big Ed stuff and everything else, he started asking about doing it. I mean, he's so big, but I've been watching him. Been watching him. Been subscribed. Yeah, I do. I do. I do love when they just do reviews. And it's so many of them that you'll be like, you think it's not BS going on? They just don't get in it. They stick to the lane. Like I want to stick to reviews, so I review shows, and I stay on that. Stay on the reviewing of shows. Hmm. No, Jolene and Busy Blue, Crazy Cat Mama. When they first started, it wasn't even called Sipping Key at first, but when they first started that, and they would do the reviews together on um on Jolene's channel, they would do the reviews about what was going on with like John Yates and Home Depot gin and all that. But when they would do the reviews on the story, Yahoo Boy, when they would do the reviews on the story, at the end of the show, they would play this like outro, this beat. But they would tell everybody, now let's dance. That's what the music would say, let's dance. But I would always get up and dance with my dogs and just be so happy, like happy. I mean, I met Bobbles in a chat before she even started her channel. Yeah, Bobbles and it was Jamie B, Bobbles, Trey. These were people I would see in there, and they chat a lot. And I was always in a chat. So I would watch when they would do Big Brother reviews because they would do that together, Jolene and Busy. I would watch them a lot. I got a lot of respect for Jolene and Busy. I do. I really do. And I didn't just gain it because, like I said, most people that I'm talking about, I've watched their things. I've come, so it's not like I just jumped up one day and was like, "Oh, I heard the story," and then I just said something. No, I pretty much, like I said, watched it. Come on, go get your leash. Where's your? Oh, he said no. He wants to say, "Look, go get your leash," and this what he do. Me and my shadow walking down the avenue. Yeah, because it got so intense on the YouTube streets that we stopped talking about the shows. And like I said, when all that stuff went on with 90 Day, it kind of tainted the show to me. It kind of made, I mean, because one, it was too much stuff going on with the cast and how shitty they were. The channel's not doing anything about it. We got racial slurs here. We got this. I had I mean, big ass a dork. I mean, he two subbies all online on the show, off the show. And so it just got to a point. I was like, ugh. That whole thing with Usman, and to me that was one of the biggest things. The whole Usman and the money and the check and who sent over the money and did you send it? That was bigger drama. It just was drama on drama on drama. It was just drama. Did she call him the N word? Did she? It was just too much stuff. You always think if I get something, that mean I got you something. So spoiled. Anyway, but yeah, it was just so much. And it's like nowadays you barely even watch those shows. Like I watch them, I still watch the shows. But like 90 Day, I'm not even into like that no more. Mm-mm. It just kind of trashed YouTube. Like it kind of trashed the sector that followed them. It just trashed it out a lot to me. It really did because people went from the show to like these people like gods or something. They were regular people just like us. If one of us got put on the show, and it just depended if we were a fan favorite or not. But like they super regular Joe Schmoes, and they had a power. I mean, you had Jeffrey and Essie. This was just a power of trash. So lots of trash, lots of trash. And so it just kind of changed me on that whole show. And then, like I said, it really trashed out YouTube, at least in this area. Because there's some areas who still don't know who the hell them people. But then again, they might not have watched 90 Day either. Because I know a lot of people in regular life who don't know who them people are. Oh boy got 15 years and they still don't know. They just like, oh, I heard he was on a show where he went overseas. So to another country to meet a woman. They say, oh yeah. Okay. Mm. Yeah, and that's another thing that I like that's getting done on here. All the little trivia nights and trivia games. I like that a lot. I like the games. I mean, we got Mother's Day coming up. Like, I've really been trying to figure out something like to do. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure out something. Just an appreciation. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get ready to go take Nino outside. Do that. It's still early. Like I said, there's not really much to do. So I just kind of chill. And I just make sure more than anything that I am focused on a goal and getting things done. So I'm so happy. Thanks again, Bossy Beauty, for reaching out and helping me get this and helping me decide, to know to do him as a service dog. And thank you. Now he's my service dog for lifetime. That's a great thing. I'm just trying to make sure I get things done. Getting to a place, get everything done. And that's it. And since, like I said, I will reach back. Come on in. I'll reach back out to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and take in one thing about a dog. You always know if you let them start walking around, something can happen. So since we're in a foreign place, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and I will get back to you guys later. Love you. Have a good one. Okay, Bob, I'm gonna take you out. Take you out.